welcome to this another episode of ECCB Connects. This week we bring you excerpts of part 1 of Governor Antoine's media conference held in Anguilla on January 20. The media conference was held as part of Governor Antoine's country outreach to Anguilla.
As you know, and as you've seen from the presentation, financial stability has improved in Anguilla as a result of the resolution of NDA and CCB. The National Commercial Bank is the largest bank in Anguilla by far, and it's a very important bank. As we speak, the bank is stable with good prospects for growth. That does not mean that it doesn't have some issues, but those issues have been worked on, and frankly, that's not unusual when you have a resolution in the first year of operations. And we continue to work very closely. As far as the ECCB is concerned, we stand with Anguilla to work for the success of NCBA. I want to make the point that one of the things that should have happened, that has not happened, is the establishment of the Deposit Protection Trust, the DPT. Because of an administrative delay, that did not happen last year as planned. However, I'm pleased to note that the new Attorney General has been briefed. He has been given all of the requisite information. The deed has been prepared, and he has assured us that very soon the DPT will be ready. This is important for the large depositors of NCBA who are in the DPT. Remember, those in excess of $2.8 million, deposits in excess of that are in fact in the DPT. So I am pleased to see that progress is going to be made there, and I expect that NCBA will very soon be talking to the large depositors about this arrangement. And of course, they will also be expecting a payment when the anniversary date comes up later this year. So that is good news for the large depositors of NCBA. I also want to say that in respect of the recent termination, and I raised this issue because it came up in a previous conversation, a previous meeting. So we are aware that there was some termination at the end of last year from NCBA. Obviously, we're sensitive to the fact that some people lost their jobs. That's not something you want to happen. But I do have to observe that when you look at NCBA, the size of NCBA compared to other regional banks, NCBA was overstaffed. Right? When you look at the size of the bank compared to other banks of similar size in the ECCU, NCBA was overstaffed. So what NCBA did was, frankly spoken, a prudent management decision to ensure the bank's viability going forward. And the bank is a business. And any of you, as many of you are business people, understand that you have to run your business prudently. And very importantly, there are almost 40,000 deposit accounts in NCBA. Remember, it's the largest bank in Anguilla. So it has to be prudent. And so that decision was taken with respect to the staffing. As I said, it's a sensitive issue, but I understand why it was done. And I believe in the interest of the overall health of the bank and viability, clearly was a necessary decision. I also want to make the point that deposit insurance is coming. We are working on deposit insurance. And I mentioned that earlier in my presentation, but I want to reiterate, we believe the time has come to have a deposit insurance scheme in the ECCU, and we are working on that. And like I said earlier, we'll be coming back to the Monetary Council not too long from now with a proposal to take that forward, and I'm looking forward to that. I believe that's important. I also want to make the point that we really see NCBA as a vital pillar in growing the Anguillan economy. The reality is that national banking is important. No one can deny that NBA and CCB will play vital roles in the development of the Anguillan economy. And there are many Anguillans who will tell you that much of their success is attributed to the fact that they were able to do business with NBA and CCB and be able to get ahead. It's unfortunate that those banks were not able to survive, but in NCBA, we have an indigenous bank in Anguilla. And going forward, it's going to be very important for us to continue to rally around NCBA and ensure that it continues to bring benefits to the people of Anguilla, as national banking has done. And it's very important to understand, foremost in the minds of not just the government of Anguilla, but the Monetary Council, when the design of NCBA was done, the resolution of NBA and CCB was the protection of depositors and a chance for the Anguillan economy to grow. And we remain resolute, and I give a commitment as the Governor of the Central Bank to continue to work with NCBA, the Government of Anguilla, and all concerned to ensure that we continue to see Anguilla grow. That's important for Anguilla, it's also important for the currency union. So I just thought I'll make those comments. I'm sure there will be questions as we go along, and I'll be happy to take those. But I welcome the Chief Minister.
Thank you very much, sir.
It's good to have you, sir. And if you wish to say anything, please.
As we said from very early, this banking resolution is a work in progress. The whole resolution process has a lot of moving parts. And on April 22nd, 2015, it was 2016, it was not possible that every single aspect of that resolution process would take place simultaneously. And also, it was not possible that in the implementation of certain aspects of that process, that everything would be communicated in a manner that would ensure that all persons involved would have a strong sense of what is happening. So this makes for some misunderstandings as we go along. It makes sometimes for bad public relations. But at the end of the day, the objectives remain the same: to ensure that the customer deposits are secured, to ensure that Anguilla maintains an indigenous banking sector, to ensure that persons who are employed in the bank, that there's some level of security to the extent that that is possible, and to enable the development of a strong and stable economy and banking sector in Anguilla. That is a prerequisite for the growth and development of Anguilla, and this is something that we've pursued over the years. The government of Anguilla is confident that the customers of the bank understand, for the most part, what we are doing. The bank has the support of the government of Anguilla, it has the support of the ECCB Central Bank, and we are making policies and decisions and giving the support that is necessary to make it work, and we will continue to do that. And I think that as we go along, the real rationale behind the resolution process that we have implemented will be recognized. So I just wanted to make those brief comments, and thank you and the team for coming here. We promise to be back very soon, and as usual, you continue to give me the support and the advice that is required at this critical time in the resolution process.
Thank you, Chief Minister. And I do want to pay tribute to the staff of ECCB who continue to work on this very important matter. So now we can open the floor.
Do we have enough capital in NCBA to absorb any external shocks?
NCBA is building its capital. And in fact, very soon we'll have some additional capital injected of close to $80–90 million. The government, through the Caribbean Development Bank, is in fact going to be putting in an additional amount. Those funds, almost $60 million, are already with the central bank, and it is going to be released as soon as some additional things are being completed, and those will be completed shortly by NCBA. In addition to that, some funds which have been frozen by Bank of America for the last several months will soon be released. We, the central bank, at the request of, in fact, based on the discussion we had when we met with the Executive Council in December, Chief Minister recalled, undertook, given that this issue was raised, to use our good office to reach out to Bank of America. We did that promptly, and they were able to get an agreement signed, and the funds will be released soon. So those additional monies will come into NCBA and will certainly improve its capital and make it a lot, not just stronger, but in a better position to do business, to operate. And so that capital, as we speak, is in fact being addressed.
We also talk about the importance of amalgamation within the region to get our banks strong. How many banks in the region have actually come together? I mean, persons here tend to think that NCBA is the only bank in Anguilla that has amalgamated. So maybe if you can talk about that, and talk about the success within the region with other banks amalgamating.
So we now have 12 national banks. a year ago, a year and a half ago, we had 14. There's 2 in Anguilla which came together as small one. Everybody knows that. What many people do not know is that in Antigua and Barbuda, not far away, we had ABIB, which is now part of ECCB. And before that, we had Bank of Antigua, which is now, in fact, how ECCB was established. So there you see, in Antigua and Barbuda, there's been amalgamation. ECCB is a going concern, and ECCB is actually making profit already. In Anguilla, we just started less than a year ago. In St. Lucia and St. Vincent, talks are being going on. And among some other countries, which I won't name now, but which I'm aware, there is also discussion going on about coming together. Because if you ask the bank managers, many of the national banks, they will tell you, indigenous banks, that it's very important for them to be able to not just only survive but grow, compete with international banks for market share. Now, notice, coming together does not mean, it may mean a smaller number of banks, but it does not mean a drop in market share. If they come together well, they can not only protect that market share, but potentially can grow that market share and even buy an international bank in the future. That's possible, but they're not going to be able to do it individually. So amalgamation is key. And I don't know if you know this, but even outside of the Caribbean, there's a lot of consolidation going on, even amongst bigger banks. So there is clearly an awareness by many people in banking that business as usual is not possible.
Is there a report on the conservatorship period of NBA and CCB? And if there's a report, should the people of Anguilla have access to it?
Well, what I can say is that the way it works with any reports that we do for on banks is that we share the reports with the bank itself and with meaning the board and management of the bank, and we share it with the government, where the government is involved as a shareholder. Or, in fact, where the government is, because any country that has a bank, we believe the government has to be aware of what is going on with the bank. Because when there's a problem, who do they go to? The government. So, in the case of NBA and CCB, whatever reports were done would have been shared. And we don't share them in the public. You have to understand, in these reports, you often have specific information even about customers and customer accounts. You have to be careful about how you share that information. Privacy is obviously important. But the key findings or recommendations and so on are also in the report. And that report would have been sent to the competent authority, the relevant authority, which have been the board and management of the bank and the government. Because remember, the first responsibility for a bank is with its board and management. And therefore that's a normal channel. And then so for example, you engage your board and management, you ask them to come for a remedial plan for any areas to improve, and then you follow up with them to see implementation.
You're watching ECCB Connects, protecting our currency, developing our region. And now for this week's financial tip.
Hi, I am Andra Charles, a graduate of the ECCB Small Business Workshop. Keep track of your business finances by having a good record-keeping system. Tracking your business finances helps you to meet your financial obligations and keeps your business running well. It also helps you to stay on track, keep your focus, and build your business.
To view any episode of ECCB Connects, anytime, any place, at your convenience, check out our YouTube channel, ECCB Connects.
We've come to the end of this week's episode of ECCB Connects. Join us again next week when we'll bring you part 2 of Governor Antoine's media conference held in Anguilla on 20th January.